We are here in Bismarck, North Dakota, the capital of this great state, and what better way to kick off this video than our alley. Thank you, North Dakota Tourism, for partnering with us in the making of this video.
When visiting big cities, we always love to find art alleys. You can see that a lot of heritage and a lot of history is painted onto these walls, so we get kind of like a little mini tour just by the paintings. It's really awesome. Pizza time, let's dig in. We got pizza from Fire Flower Pizza. It is just this tiny little shop, and these are called Neapolitan Pizzas. So they're hand, like the bread, or not the bread, the crust is like hand thrown up and kneaded, I don't know what the term is, and then they actually hand pull their own mozzarella. It's kind of like overseas in Europe, but we are so excited. We'll show you what we got. This was highly recommended here. This is mine. It's called the Ono. It's O-N-O. There is hand-stretched mozzarella, a cheese sauce, provolone, there's pineapple, and sun-dried peppers, as well as fresh basil. I'm so excited. And then, what did you get?
I got the Peppy. You can probably figure out why it's named that.
Just cheese, pepperoni, and Romano cheese on the top. Let's dig in.
Alright, so I'm super pumped to dig in. I can see the mozzarella pieces sticking in there. They look so good. Alright, let's see what we're gonna do here. These smell delicious too.
Whoa! Oh, that looks amazing.
Oh man. That fresh mozzarella has like that chewiness that you look for when you make fresh mozzarella, you know what I'm talking about? It has that chewiness and that like beautiful taste. I love the taste of mozzarella. When we would get just a ball of it, I would end up eating half of it just by hand. It's so good. And the pepperonis are coated in some kind of oil.
It's olive oil. They're sprinkled on top.
So they're covered in olive oil and they're really, like crispy, just how I love them. This is delicious pizza. I'm gonna have to deliberate, but this is definitely top 3 pizzas I've ever had. And this is amazing. Yeah, this is really good.
Oh my gosh. The peppers have the seeds still in them, so I wonder how hot they'll be. Look how thin this is. I love thin pizza. Oh my gosh. That's spicy. But, the sweetness of the pepperoni, or not pepperoni, of the pineapple, the spiciness, woo, it's kicking in. The spiciness of these peppers, oh my gosh, the heat's on my throat. But the cheese sauce is amazing. You can taste that fresh mozzarella. I'm gonna need a drink, but this is amazing. Something I thought was really awesome is at Fire Flower they use organic tomatoes, which is so important. And my nutritionist is coming out, and they use organic herbs and spices as well, which means so much. Also, I also thought this was cool. They have vegan options. So if you would rather have a vegan cheese, or if you are vegan, you can substitute that, and you can still enjoy their pizza.
After further deliberation, I've made 2 conclusions. 1, my pizza, the pepperoni pizza, the Peppy, was the best pepperoni pizza I've ever had. It was amazing. And 2, I don't even like pineapples on pizza, but I loved Malls' pizza. So if you're in Bismarck, North Dakota, definitely come on down to Fire Flower and get yourself some pizza. It is amazing.
Now that our bellies are full of pizza, we're gonna go take a walk at Abraham Lincoln State Park. So let's go.
We have arrived at the Fort Abraham Lincoln State Park, and we're going to do the Fort Lincoln Loop Trail. I'm super excited. It's about 3.6 miles. Should take us about an hour and 20 minutes. But we have some amazing views. The first place, or the trailhead, is right at the top of a hill, so you can look out over like everything around. It's really cool. So let's get out and see what's going on.
And Moose can go.
Yeah, you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Right at the trailhead, you'll see buildings where you can actually go into, and then there's also some ruins right next to the trail. What's really interesting is these were the officers' quarters, and they were built with what the sign says, economy in mind. So they were used building paperboard, they were used with like untreated wood, so it would warp within weeks of being out here in the North Dakota heat, and also they just used like scrap lumber to build furniture and stuff like that. So not exactly what you would think an officer of the United States Army would be sitting in, but that's just how they did it.
This trail is also dog friendly. As you can see, Moose is here with us. Make sure you keep them on the leash, but if you have a long leash like a 15-foot, you can bring that along too, as long as there's nobody else on the trail. Your pup would love to run in this wide open space.
Because Fort Abraham Lincoln was built during a time of westward expansion for the United States, there were actually Native American raids that would happen here at night times. And these buildings, like the one you see behind me, would be the ones they would target. They would lay in the bushes and then they would come and attack, forcing the soldiers to retreat into their quarters or back to the center, and then more soldiers would come and repel the Native Americans. And this happened multiple times. I just thought it was really interesting that this fort actually did see some kind of activity. First things first, I could not be a soldier trying to get up here. I could literally crawl on the roof up here, but we made it up into here. One thing I want to note, your furry friend probably can't come with you, simply because the stairs that are actually going to come outside are really, really steep. Moose isn't really that agile. If your dog is, then there you go. But you do get a really beautiful view. That's beautiful too. Hey! This trail is incredible. Look at us out here. I really did not expect much from this trail. I thought it was gonna be just like a fun little walk, but this is really cool. And if you download the free All Trails app, you'll actually find out. We thought the trail was just up in the fort, but you actually get to come off and go down. There's some really cool little ancient habitats, not habitats, what do you call those things?
It's like Native American housing.
Yeah, like Native American houses, not housing. But yeah, we're gonna go down and check those out. We'll find a better name for them, I promise, but we're gonna go check those out right now.
Out of breath. We just came up of a hill, but if you go past this grassy area down by that bench, it's straight downhill. Perfectly fine, it's part of the trail, but just know that it's going to be very steep and you're going to work your legs a lot. We did not understand that, but that's okay, it was fun.
So we also decided not to do the entire trail, mainly, this is laying down right now. We decided not to do the entire trail mainly because it started going through woods and we didn't have tick spray or anything like that because we weren't expecting any. So just wanted you to know that it does continue and it does go into a woods, but if you are prepared, unlike us, you're going to be in really good shape whenever the time comes.
Are you tired?
Like I said, we ended up shortening our trail, but it still took us about an hour. We only did probably like, what, a mile?
I think so.
Yeah, it only took us, we only did like a mile, but we do a lot of filming and stopping and stuff like that as well. So you might be able to get the whole trail done a little faster than us, but we were just hot, and we didn't want to keep walking through the woods. And we're really interested in seeing those Native American communities that we were talking about earlier, because the trail didn't take us quite there like we were thinking. So we are going to go do that right now. Let's go.
So we actually found that there is a trail going to the Native American living quarters village area, and it's called on a Slant Trail. It's 0.2 miles, but it's not dog friendly. So Moosey's in the air conditioning while we're taking this quick 5-minute walk.
Another really neat fact about this area is that we always called her Sacagawea, but we've heard it's pronounced Sacagawea. She actually grew up just north of Bismarck here in places just like this, in a community just like what this used to be, which is absolutely crazy, and it makes perfect sense when you think that Lewis and Clark actually traveled through here, so they must have met her somewhere along here, which is really neat. But it's really cool to walk through, you know, stuff that she might have been seeing. Pretty neat, huh, almost?
Yeah, this is super cool. It's cold in here. Outside the sun is hot, but in here it's really cool. It's quiet. You don't hear the wind. You don't have the sun beating down on you. I would say it's like a 10-degree difference.
Yeah.
It's really awesome in here. So the Mandan tribe that lived here actually was matriarchal, which means that the women led almost everything and did a lot of the items and took over all of the responsibilities. So if they could do it then, we can do it now, ladies.
Right behind me is the Custer House area of the park. So this is where General George Armstrong Custer lived. Yes, the man who led the Custer's last stand, where all of his men were killed by the Indians. Pretty crazy stuff. He actually lived on this very fort. But this is an area that you can come and get a tour with an actual guide yourself, or they even have a North Dakota app that you can just go along with it as well. We don't have time for it, but if you come to the park, it is a definite must. Check it out yourself.
Our time here at Fort Abraham Lincoln State Park is finished. We had the best time. We planned on staying here for an hour doing a little hike. Well, we've been here for like 3.5 and we've had the best time. Definitely worth coming. Just know that there is a $7 a day entrance fee for just your vehicle, so it doesn't matter how many people, just every vehicle is $7. But now we're gonna go get a sweet treat to top off our day in Bismarck before we say goodbye. To end our day here in Bismarck, we came to Joy House Coffee for a sweet drink. I got an oatmeal latte, which is amazing. I'll try it again for you guys. But it's supposed to resemble the flavor of oatmeal. So it has oat milk in it, espresso, there's brown sugar, cinnamon, and all of that kind of stuff. It's so creamy and it's so cinnamony. It's like really eating a bowl of oatmeal. It's perfect. But this is a wonderful place that I would definitely check out. But today we are going to have to head on down the road to our next destination. Sadly, we loved our time in Bismarck. It really surprised us. We highly recommend it. Whether you're coming through on a road trip or you plan a trip here for a weekend, you are going to love it. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.
I make sure I didn't have a tick on me.
No. Just know that there is like a $7. Our time here at Fort Ransom. Our time here at Fort Abraham. Our time here.